Hey everyone, it's Evangeline here at etrailer, and today we'll be taking a look at how the Hollywood Rack's Destination 4 bike platform rack fits on the 2022 Tesla Model Y. So the Destination 4 is the rack you would use if you want something compact but still able to carry around 4 bikes. Yes, you do lose out some features like tilting it away, so if you do want to open up your trunk, you are going to have to take the bike off, and that's what we're going to talk about today. If you want to take a full look at specs, measurements, and features, check out our full demo. Today we're going to focus on our Tesla Model Y. So like I said, if you are using this and you're also carrying around items inside of your trunk, I do recommend putting them maybe up front in the front instead or inside of your vehicle, just because of how much space your bike is going to have to take up behind your bike rack. But this is a very quick and easy way to carry around 4 bikes with your Tesla. Now, if you do want to take the bike off, let's take a look at how it's held down. We have 3 touch points here. 1 and 2 are going to be your wheel straps, and then the 3rd is going to be our frame mount. People like this design of a frame mount because it stays affordable, but also is a lot easier, or maybe more versatile is the word, to use compared to the hooks you might find on some other affordable 4 bike racks. So 1 and 2 straps. Then we're going to go over to our frame mount. This is where it can get a little tricky because there's not much space behind your car to this bike rack. So I like to use my elbow to hold on to the bike's frame as I release the strap in the center. And then I tilt it forward, bring this back. We're going to bring this front wheel up and over. And now we are ready to go for a bike ride. So getting 4 bikes up and on that can take a while. And it's really up to you to figure out what is the best way, depending on your frames, your bike weights, things like that. So when it comes to bike weight, this has a capacity of 35 pounds per bike. So you are not carrying heavy electric bikes onto this rack. With the bike off though, we have a closer look at the rack itself. You can see how it has its cradles and things like that, but we're going to move this over to the compact position real quick. So first, I like to just lower the mast by using this knob and then tightening that knob right back down. And then I use one of the straps on the rack to secure this mast. With that in place, there's 2 things we can do. One is we can now open up our trunk. So seeing how much clearance we now have, opening that up, we can now get into our trunk, grab whatever we need, whether it's our helmets, our backpacks, our waters, or change out our shoes. Another thing is we can see how much space this takes up behind our Tesla. So from the bumper to the end of the rack by the reflectors, that's 39 inches. That may sound like a lot, but your vehicle doesn't really take up that much space. Plus, this takes up less space. So if you have a small garage or you try and park into a tight spot, this is a measurement to remember. Your ground clearance is going to be, it is tilted up. So at the end, you have 17.5 inches. Here in the middle, that's going to be 21 3/4 inches. But compare that to where your hitch is, which is only 10.5 inches. So you do have a little bit more ground clearance for those steep inclines, like those driveways or those hills. Now, if you want it in a compact or portable position, I'll take this bolt off and then let it hang. And then we're going to lift this up and against our vehicle. And then pop in that bolt right back in. Make sure to tighten that down and put the clip back in before you drive away. This is going to be similar to the anti-rattle bolt that secures your bike rack to your hitch receiver. So with that tightened down, you're going to reduce the movement all around on your bike rack. And this takes up less space. So from the bumper to the closest point, you have about 3 inches right before those cradles. And then to the furthest point, that's 12 inches or 1 foot exactly. Big difference compared to when it was folded down. This is also how you will store it inside of your garage. Now, with it in this position though, you can see that with it folded up, you still have full visibility through your rear window. Your taillights are going to be visible. You have this open grid design. It kind of covers your license plate, and it kind of covers that rear backup camera, but as you know, you have that full view around your vehicle, so you should still be good. Other than that, as long as you have a 2-inch hitch receiver, you can install this bike rack. Tightens down with a 3/4 inch wrench. I like to use a socket wrench because your hitch is kind of hidden in your vehicle. Another thing too is that if you want to carry around 4 bikes without taking up too much space, this is a good option for you. But if you want to tilt away, I recommend something like the Kuat Transfer V2 4-bike rack instead. That has a tilt away feature to give you more access to your trunk without having to take your bikes off. But for compact, easy to install, and affordable 4-bike rack, this was a look at the Hollywood Racks Destination 4 and how it fits on the 2022 Tesla Model Y.
Now we're going to go ahead and take it on our test course. First we'll start with the slaloms. This is going to show the side-to-side action. It's kind of going to mimic the movements that you'll see whenever you're driving down the road normally. Now we'll have the alternating speed bumps. This is going to be more so like the uneven roads and some of that uneven terrain you might be traveling on, and see how it holds up.